Today we're going to scrap out this big beast of a microwave. It's one of these under-the-counter types and weighs a ton. Not literally, but quite heavy. So we're going to scrap it out and scrap it out safely. First of all, I'll take the cover off. There's no cord on it because it was already clipped. Probably was wired in directly. While we're here, we'll just take all the screws off the back that mount some of the internal components in place. Get a couple larger motors out of here and a little more copper than average. So we'll see. And we've got 4 screws up top as well. Nope, I actually don't have to take off all of those. Oh, yeah, we do. All but one. Okay. And 2 more. Okay, now the cover should come off, like so. Reveal the internals. Set that down over there. This is what's inside of these big ones. Bit of aluminum, easy enough to clean. If you can see that. So just get rid of the rather stinky greasy piece. Got a bit of clean aluminum there. Okay, that comes right out. And we've got a doghouse fan that we can strip out after we clean the fans off it. Just leave it separate for a moment. And probably need to take this off. So we'll do that. Should come off with couple screws, 3 of them by the looks of it. So we'll have some plastic trash unscrew. There's always one you miss. There we go. And I've got some wire to snip in the way. Some more wire from the light. Okay. Temperature sensor here, which we will just snip the wires to. Okay, now I'm looking for the capacitor, which is way down at the bottom. Now we have to try to disarm the capacitor to make it safe to finish scrapping out, and it's at the very bottom. So what we're going to do, let's see. So what we're going to have to do, I think, is access this panel, and behind that panel is the capacitor. Probably should have accessed this panel first thing before clipping wires. But here's the capacitor right there. Let's see. What we're going to do, I think, is remove the fan so we have easier access to the capacitor. And we're not going to stick our fingers all in to the works until the capacitor is completely discharged. As I've mentioned in a previous video on microwaves, there is 3,000 to 5,000 volts in a capacitor that may still be in the capacitor after it's been unplugged for a period of time even. Eventually it does dissipate, but it's potentially still there. Now, what we're going to do, well, the shroud doesn't seem to want to come off that easy. So, let's see. Like I said, I don't want to be sticking my fingers in and around the connections. Upon closer examination, I think I could reach the capacitor terminals with the pliers. So, making sure that I'm isolated from the steel of the pliers, so there's no holes in my grips or anything. So we're going to short out the connection. And it appears it's been discharged, but we're still going to be careful, just in case. And yeah. So while I had the camera off, of course, I managed to pop the wires off without issue, and shorted across the terminals. And we're good. So we can safely cut wires now that the capacitor has been disarmed. So go there and there. Oh, and I lost my screwdriver down the side. How nice. Okay. Hang on while I grab that. Okay. Now we're going to take the transformer out. No, maybe not. Nope. We've got to get access to it once the fan shroud is off. So we're going to have to access a lot of this from the front panel. So we'll flip it on its back. Okay, so we've got to take this front panel off to access it. Nope. There we go. Okay. And we've got several switches and such on the back panel. We'll just snip those wires, get them clean. Some of these come off easy. So we'll just do that. And on the board we've got a good transformer, some switches that'll contain some silver, and possibly a little copper. Yeah, so we'll deal with that separately as a separate scrap out. Okay, now finish removing this panel. Get it out of our way. More wire. Snip. Okay, so we got a little bit of wire and a board, which we can pop off. Let's see if we can just, yeah, we can break it off. We got some steel. Okay, so let's get this fan shroud off that's been a pain in the butt from the beginning. It'll be nice to get this microwave out because it stinks of grease. Don't know whether it was used in a restaurant location or something like that, but it doesn't smell pleasant. Smells like rancid grease. Okay. There's 2 screws. And where else? Here we go. There we go. Okay. We're just connected at the fan. Get the fan out, and then we've got that easy to access copper here. I'll show you in a future video on how to remove that particular piece of copper. It's quite easy. leave it for a later time. And now the transformer is accessible. I don't know if you can see the transformer right here. Let's get it out. It contains about $3 in copper, about is what the transformer contains. It's easy enough to access. So if you're scrapping the whole microwave out anyway. Transformer. There's the transformer there. And there's the transformer. Unfortunately, this one is part aluminum. So we've only got, this piece is copper. This is an aluminum coil, as you can see by the marks there. We've got a chunk of aluminum wire in there rather than copper. So, so it's about $1.50 worth of copper in here. Is that worth it? I don't know. Okay, camera did turn off, but what I've done is removed most of the wiring harness, and now we have to access the screws that put the or keep the magnatron on through the bottom of the unit. So that's what we're going to do, is flip it over and remove there we go. And remove the bottom. Would help if I had the driver. There we go. And we do have some aluminum, some stinky aluminum, greasy aluminum. Thank goodness I keep this stuff outside. Go in the aluminum scrap. And removing that, it looks like we might be able to access the magnatron. No. Can't access the entire thing without removing this bottom panel, unfortunately. But man, is it greasy. Okay. Let's take this bottom panel off. So. And we've got, I'm going to leave these alone. We've got some bugs in here. No cockroaches, thankfully. And my snips, where did my snips go? Here they are, my side cutters. So I'm going to snip the wires to the bulbs. Just going to leave those alone, not going to bother salvaging them. They're filthy, and they'll just go to the scrapyard. Okay, we have a synchro motor for the turntable. Take it out, and I've done a video on scrapping these little synchro motors out. So look for it. You'll find a good chunk of copper in these. So don't throw them away. Some wire. Okay, Now the magnatron is held on under here. So we're going to take these 4 screws out to release the magnatron. And remember to grab the thing from underneath so it doesn't fall and break that piece of beryllium, or the ceramics that contains beryllium, which is a cancer-causing agent. You don't want to be breaking it and inhaling the dust. But I will show you in another video on how to scrap these out. And you get a little bit of brass, aluminum, you got 2 nice magnets, a little bit of copper, and there is a big chunk of copper in it as well, which there's another fellow that's done a video on removing it, and what I'll do is put a link within this video, or not this video, the video for scrapping out the magnatrons. We'll have a link to his video on how to access the copper within. Anyway, so we'll do that at a later date. There is a couple 3 micro switches in this one that they do contain silver, so we'll remove them quickly. And they're just 3, they'll have a couple dots of silver in them. So, oops, different screwdriver. There. And there we go. So that removes the 3 micro switches. These are easy to pop out. They just are in by these little clips. So you snap them off or move them away, and you can pop the switches right out. And you can watch other videos of mine or other folks on retrieving silver from those. Happy scrapping, folks.